March the 16th, 2021. Guys, you're looking at visible satellite images of the U.S. and Canada, parts of Mexico. What you're seeing is the moisture that's over basically the Four Corners is kind of lifting a little further north now, and it's brought almost record snow to many locations throughout Colorado and Utah, all through this area. And you can see where the higher clouds, which are indicated in blue here, are still in that region. And in the last day, more moisture has pulled in from the flow of the Pacific Ocean down across California. And you can see that here now in Arizona, about to get into the mountains on the Arizona-New Mexico border here. So you're going to have a little bit of backflow of more moisture. But this one's a little further south than the other ones. But a lot of people without power, a lot of roads have been impassable. If you're from the Four Corners area and anywhere in that region in the upper west, come in and comment and let us know the conditions in your area. Where if you got power, the snow, your roads are blocked, things like that. And that can help a lot of people because a lot of folks comment on this channel. And I will go back and get some information that I didn't know, just from the comments. So it really helps when you're trying to do videos like this. And this one is about severe weather outbreaks over the next couple of days that we need to watch out for. Now here in the south, coming out of Texas, Louisiana, and here in central Mississippi, which we had some heavy rain last night. I'm going to pull that up a little closer. But that seems to be the heaviest rain in this line of some of it's heavy rain, but we haven't had much lightning or thunder or anything like that yet. It is 11:42 a.m. Central Time. It is 75 degrees outside right now. So we've got a little bit of cooler air that's going to come in tonight and through Wednesday night in the southeast, and it could bring us very strong thunderstorms, straight line winds, and possible tornadoes. But this is what we're dealing with now. You're getting a little bit of break on the feed of moisture, guys, up again the Four Corners and north of there. And with that much snow in the mountains, you got to really be careful and watch out for avalanche warnings and things like that. I think some roads may still be blocked off completely. Now, looking at the southeast, and this goes all the way up the east coast from South Florida down through the Bahamas. Well, what we're dealing with again is this line of moisture that's into Alabama now. Guys, these higher clouds brought some pretty heavy rains overnight and this morning. Some of it was around midnight or so, got really heavy. You could hear it pounding the roof. So watch out for that. Now, it's starting to trail off, and it's south of Jackson by about 40 miles now, this main line. They're predicted a couple more buildups of storms throughout today just from the backlog or the backflow of moisture coming in here. And you can see that a lot of this moisture is being pulled off the warmer waters of the Gulf of Mexico. So it's that time of the year, it's spring, which is when we have tornado outbreaks. But again, this is what we're dealing with, you guys. All the moisture is moving right into Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, moving up the northeast coast. And that's where it's going to be concentrated, and that's where some of our storm activity is going to be the strongest. Now, all the way over into the higher elevations into California, you've got frost advisories. And, that always affects certain crops. Here in the northern parts in southeastern Montana and into Wyoming, you're still getting these storm watches. This is winter weather advisories because the remnants of what was soaking the Four Corners area with snow has spiraled further north. Also, the winter weather advisories here in central Nebraska. That goes all the way down into Colorado. You've got blizzard warnings right here in the corner. They're not, it's just a couple of counties, and they're not listed below. But in the orange, that's a blizzard warning. In the purple, you've got winter weather advisories, and in the pink, winter storm warnings. Going into southeast New Mexico, you've got this is high wind deals. Hot pink is red flag warning. Don't burn. You got in the orange, you've got high wind warnings, and that's what this is kind of all of this coloration in the browns and tans, in the orange up to the hot pink is usually having to deal with high winds. in the Mississippi, you see in the maroon, these are flash flood warnings, and they extend over into central Alabama. In the greens, you got flash flood warnings, flash flood watches. And guys, you notice on the satellite images, this is all moving again through Alabama, Georgia, the Carolinas, possibly all the way up into Virginia. So that's what we're looking at as far as current. But let's look ahead a couple of days again and focus on the severe weather. Now let's look at tonight first. In this red area, severe thunderstorms that could contain torrential downpours, hail, isolated tornadoes, damaging wind gusts with locally, according to AccuWeather, local storm max 70-mile-per-hour winds. Very strong, and so you can see from along the 35 corridor that moves north and south from San Antonio, Dallas, Oklahoma, and Wichita, Kansas. But that's just the Central Highway. 40's involved with it that moves east and west. 30 here out of Dallas back up into Arkansas. But this red area is what we're going to have to watch for tonight. And, of course, tornadoes are the worst. Straight line winds can be very bad. Hail can be damaging. It's kind of multiple threats tonight here. Now, that's going to move over across the Mississippi area by Wednesday night. Now, basically a day-by-day moving storm covering about 2 or 3 states at a time. Wednesday and Wednesday night, that's tomorrow, flooding downpours, large hail, tornadoes, damaging wind gusts, again, according to AccuWeather Storm Max, 80 miles per hour. So we're seeing a strengthening from now until tomorrow into tomorrow night. It will be, all of these problems are going to be spreading eastward, heading into the middle and latter part of the week. It is during this time the forecasters are concerned that a full-blown outbreak of violent thunderstorms and tornadoes may occur. And that is exactly what we're possibly looking at. It's that time of the year. It's the changing of the seasons. And we're dealing with extreme weather for the last few years. Grand solar minimum all over this, especially with the heavy snows you see. Record-breaking up in Colorado and north of there, up to 5 feet in some areas, maybe more than that. But again, this is through tomorrow night. And so for our friends in the Florida Panhandle, into Georgia, notice it's still hanging in there to southeast Alabama, all the way up to Charleston, Raleigh, Virginia Beach. Thursday night, torrential downpours, hail, isolated tornadoes, damaging wind gusts, quoting Storm Max 70 mile per hour. And that's a lot of problems wrapped up in a storm. And this could become a major outbreak. And I want to title the video that way because if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But all the major weather indicators are there. The major weather players are talking about this now. So pay attention to it. Tonight through Texas, tomorrow through the south, and then moving into the southeast by Thursday night. And we'll just have to, most of this will be by the weekend offshore, I hope. We may have some more moisture building. But next 3 days are going to be critical, guys. We're watching it. You watch it. It's a heads up. Be safe.